So good afternoon, sir.
Hi,
Pleasure
Dhruv.
to have you at MICA. So we wanted to ask you that, having led companies that are both creatively bold and deeply data-driven, how do you still keep the creative quotient human in an age where AI is almost predicting everything from click rates to human and consumer behavior?
Yeah, look, I don't think number one that we are in a battle with AI in our heads. I think AI is here to stay. I think at some point soon it might well take over everything that we are doing. But for now, while we use it, and we use it often, but we use it to do what we like to think of as talking to people, right? And while we'll question it and work with it as an ally, use it to generate images, video, which we tell people often that, people in marketing and communication probably took to AI long before people started vibe coding, right? Because it was just a necessity. There's a certain amount of finiteness to all the stock imagery and all the expensive shoots, etc., that you can do. But I think all of the communication folks very quickly took to AI because it generated exactly the image they needed in the style they needed it, with the variance and the multiplicity that they needed. So I think we embraced AI. We continue to embrace AI. We love it. We love it because it sets us free. We are able to, on a regular basis, a large percentage of our work is now created by AI, and you will not tell the difference because of the answer to your question, which is the stories we tell are human, are quintessentially human. We don't try and use AI to create spiffy images that have luster and what we believe lack of reality. We use AI to create reality as it exists. So if we want to be cringe, if we want to be brain rotty, if we want to be stupid, if you want to be fun, wholesome, whatever, right? We use it, as I said, as a partner, just as we might have used a camera, or we might have used a sound studio, or we might have used a cinematographer. We continue to work with people, but we also think of this as another tool which helps us do everything we do while retaining the originality that we need to have for you all to look at us and say, यार वो cool brand है, हमें वो समझ आता है. I think that aspect we retain, and that is quintessentially human.
So, coming to that, sir, as you said, your LinkedIn mentions that you started out building computer games. So, how does Swiggy leverage that gamification aspect to appeal to Gen Z and be the cool brand to them?
I can't admit that I do all of that now, but I think we work together to do some super cool things. I'll give a couple of examples. When we did Super Sixes, for example, right? It's a property we run during the IPL where every time a six get hits, you get a notification that you can go, and for the next little period, you have a pretty damn good discount to go and avail. So we literally are interacting with you with a live feed and allowing for you to almost game the system, right? Saying I can go and game it right now. I have a certain amount of time. Let me go do it. To be honest, you could go and shop for food before and after. Yeah. But I think this interactivity almost makes it gameplay for you. While of course there are things you do in UI which are gamified and so on and so forth. A rider can be changed on the tracking screen and all. Those are non-interactive things, right? They are things that just look nice. But what we believe, when we interact with this in this manner with the consumers, there's automatically virality baked into it. And it's one of our most popular properties. We're just before Diwali time, there's something we're playing with right now, where we said, you know what, let people like students over here and other young people or even older people do something for Diwali which will also be rewarding for them, right? What does that mean? It's all words and jargon, so screw that. But it really means that I could light a diya on your phone on the Swiggy app, and then you could light someone else's diya simply by touching it, right? And if you do that, I'll also give you a little something. I'll give you $10 to do it. Now you can game this system as much as you want, right? You can do it for the charm of lighting a diya, or just discovering, hey, this is fun. But really, you will also do it probably because you don't mind the $10.
Yeah.
Right? And we tried it last night, and then we had to very quickly shut down because we were getting 65,000 hits a minute on that damn thing. And we were like, okay, this is going a bit bonkers. We don't know if we planned for this much to be given out. but we're doing this, we'll do it, we'll sort of calibrate it and do it. But I think there are two examples of stuff that we're constantly thinking of that helps people game us and us play with them, and everyone's gaming each other, and so it is.
Thank you for that insight, sir. Just a follow-up question on that. That as you spoke about the Diya campaign, so that also means that we are also churning out a lot of data, tons of Excels and tons of data, which needs to be woven into a story now.
Yep.
So in the age of short attention spans, where we are almost losing a customer in 3 to 4 seconds, what do you think that brands are getting it wrong in terms of storytelling?
As I said, I think we try and focus on ourselves and what we can get right. And here's how we think of it. You're right. We believe we're one flick of a finger away from being dismissed, right? And that's true for people. It's true for brands. It's true for everything that you consume on the screen in your hand, right? That's powerful, right? But that power, perhaps, if you stop looking at it as a threat, right, and start thinking of it as a person, and we like to think of ourselves as persons or people, right? So Instamart is a person, Swiggy food is a person, and so on and so forth, right? And we start thinking of, hey, what do people follow? What do I follow? Right? If I look at my own list of followers, etc., I mean, there's the whole, let's say Instagram. Instagram's going to stuff my feed with paid stuff and so on and so forth, right? But really, who I'm there to follow are people. In my DMs are people. On my WhatsApp are people. The groups I'm part of have people in it, right? So how can I be a person as a brand? Right? How can I stop being so transactional with you? That I gave you two examples right now of ultimately it's transactional. I'm getting you on my app and I'm allowing for you to use money here, right? Either get money, give money, and buy stuff. But neither kind of feels like it, right? And even if you look at what we do across our mediums, right? If you look at our social feed, we think of ourselves as creators because you follow creators. You follow Kusha, you follow Tanmay. There's so many others, small and big, and those are what pops up on your feed because you know what, you share that, and whatever you share, the algo will just show you more of that. So how can we be a person whose stuff you like skimming through or sharing or laughing at or leaving a stupid comment or just looking at it and saying, and what the hell is this? Yeah, but the last thing we would like to be is, अरे ये ले लो यार, ये बेचने का है, please इतने में ले लो. Then तो हमारा कोई hope in hell नहीं है, frankly, and ना किसी और का है. And I think perhaps that's what perhaps helps arrest that finger for a millisecond more before it will dismiss us. And so it is.
So what would be one of your favorite campaigns that you have worked on, and why?
It's the most difficult question, and my escape, I'm old, so my escape will always take me to the past, whereas there's so many cool things we do in the present. So I like very small things, but equally I like very big things, right? Sometimes we can just talk about very large campaigns. ऐसे अभी अजय को फैलाया था एक डॉल्फिन इन्फ्लेटेबल पे और एक कुकू क्लॉक पे, तो वो बहुत बड़ा था. But yeah, that's fun. I like something I did in the past for a very tough category. I remember we were working on Pan Vilas, which is a Pan Masala category, and we were selling silver pearls, of course. But to get Manoj Bajpayee that time and to do something called Shauk Badi Cheez Hai, right? It's something that has currency. You can talk about it, people will talk about it, they might even use it in conversation. If I say Shauk Badi Cheez Hai, you will just talk as if you own it, you use it. In that category, you don't do that kind of work. Usually you're showing beautiful cars and Zuban Kesari and so on and so forth. So to break through in that category is super hard. So doing anything with, as I use the word charitra a lot. तो चरित्र वाला काम करने में मज़ा आया उसमें. And it also leaves something that you can use for the ages. And anytime you can do that, it has power. I would add that, like I said, I'll also add like a small thing, and the small thing that we just did. You know how there are memes these days about Bombay in the rain. Bombay in the rain is blue. For anyone who's lived in Bombay or not, Bombay ना एंटिला से लेकर चाल तक उस पे ब्लू टारपोलिन लग जाता है, और बाइक पर भी, because it rains so much, everything spoils. So everything is covered in blue. Now one of our brands, Instamart, is suddenly now blue. It used to be orange. How do we sort of connect these dots together? And the other thing we do as sellers, right? हम हमेशा डिस्काउंट दे रहे होते हैं. बिके हुए हैं. Yeah. Love us or hate us. So we have to do one anyway, which is discount and coupon, etc., or cashback, whatever. And this reality also exists, and we are also blue. 3 dots, right? So what if we join those 3 dots and say, you know what? You scan this blue from your house or when you're roaming around in your car or walking around anywhere, and we might give you cashback. Now, all of that blue in that city is an outdoor site for me, including Antilla. I paid 0 rupees for it.
That's brilliant.
Right? So we try and do shit like that. Sorry for the French. So it is to again whether you call it gamify or you call it human, whatever else you might want to call it. We don't use those terms, but we just try and think as people do and see what we can do to excite people or make them just say, "What's that?"
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you
That
so
was
much.
brilliant. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me, Dhruv, Srijita.